This is your family's first and most important line of defense against Mother Nature. When she strikes, make sure you call the people that I trust, my family and friends at Exterior Home Solutions. Exterior Home Solutions 2-minute drill on this Wednesday. Got to hear from Coach Garner and from a quartet of defensive linemen that all look fantastic. Well, let's start with Coach Garner, who, in his beautiful way, when asked about the praise the defensive line has been getting this offseason, said, "Who's praising them? I'm not praising them."
Yeah, but at the same time too, he was more complimentary and loved up on it. But that is the classic Rodney answer that we learned, that we expected, right? I mean, he knows he has a talented room, but he also, as he said, knows how hard this game is, how hard it is in this league, and how challenging it is day in and day out. And that's what he's pushing for. You know, he even called himself an old dinosaur and basically said, "You can call me whatever you want to. I'm trying to make Saturdays easier for you by what we do Monday through Friday." Man, he's just got so much to work with right now. It's hard not to get pretty excited about what that defensive front looks like.
Yeah, he referenced Jackson Moy kind of ruining his plan. The plan was to redshirt Jackson Moy, and that way he'd have him for 2 years on the interior after this year. Moy's going to play this year, so it'll be this year and potentially next year for Moy.
Yeah, and Moy admitted, to the media today, he's like, "Yeah, I think I surprised some people with my versatility and some stuff that I did in spring." And he's an effort guy, but he can do different things. You asked this question, and I think it's exactly the best way to characterize this defensive line. They're not cookie cutter. They're not cookie cutter. They're all different kind of guys, different types of bodies, different skill sets, which can make them a handful, should make them a handful for every offensive line out there.
That's right. It's like our staff at Volquest. Everybody's a little bit different. Caleb Herring's put on a ton of weight. We've talked about that. I mean, like, the guy's up at 250 now. He started at 205 when he got here, and just looks fantastic and just has a great mindset.
Yeah, I think both he and Joshua Joseph in different ways have kind of become similar. Yeah. And what I mean by that is Herring, I don't think, really understood the strength he had to have and the gains he had to make to become a real player until he got into the fire last year and played a little bit. It was like, okay, I gotta get after it. And he did. I think Joshua Joseph admittedly was pretty jealous of what James Pierce did last year. And Joseph's kind of squandered last year. And they had a little bit of a shoulder, but he didn't put on the weight in the offseason. He didn't take the step from year 1 to year 2 that he should have taken, and he's trying to make up for lost time now.
I was fascinated just by his honesty and transparency today, talking about the jealousy.
Yeah.
Said that he didn't think James even knew it, but I mean, like, and it's hard not to. He came in that first year, James was on the back burner, and he was getting the praise. And all of a sudden last year, James just flew by him, and Josh Joseph was like, "What was that?"
Right.
And all of a sudden I asked him, like, are you this year's Jalen Hyatt / Jalen Wright, the guy that has this big jump? And it clearly, like, I think internally he wants to say yes, but put it in God's hands, and then time will tell or whatever. But, like, I think he can be that guy.
Yeah, I do. I mean, he's so different physically with the strength numbers and everything he's done, but you could just tell in talking to him the way he carries himself, he's differently mentally. How many times do we talk about Jalen Hyatt walking through the building, head down, all those types of things? Joshua Joseph carries himself different right now than he did a year ago. We'll see what that production value means, but he's at a much different headspace than he was at any point in time last year.
Tennessee returns to the practice field on Thursday morning before a Friday night scrimmage at Neyland Stadium. That will be their first scrimmage of fall camp. He is Brent Hubbs. I'm Austin Price.